Hey, this is my last pitch meeting of the day. I've already seen 20 pitches today. Can you make it a good one?
Hey, yeah, thanks for taking the time today, and I appreciate today's probably been very busy for you. And yeah, I want to make this as valuable of time for you as possible. Should I just jump straight in with the pitch? Is there particular information you'd like to get out of me today?
Sure, dive in. Just skip the hype and give me the real numbers, real traction, and what you know about your customers. I don't need the big vision up front. Show me what you've actually shipped and what's working. If you're clear and concise, we'll get value out of this fast.
Yeah, sure. So just a bit of background of the product. So the product's Real Talk Studio. We help people build confidence and clarity for difficult conversations. So far, we've had over almost 3,000 conversations now with people practicing those difficult conversations. And what we've seen is about 80% of our users report an increase in confidence in their ability to go have these crucial conversations in the real world. So that's something we're really, really happy about.
Okay, 3,000 conversations. Help me understand. Is that 3,000 unique users, or are people repeating practice? And how are you validating that confidence boost turns into actual behavioral change, not just a feel-good stat? I'm allergic to vanity metrics, so talk me through the core evidence here.
Yeah, appreciate that. And yeah, these are definitely not vanity metrics. Although one of the things with the product is we are aiming to have a big behavioral impact on people so they feel better about these conversations. We have investigated and backed up that data. 80% of users report increased confidence, and out of those, 30% of users have actually gone away and had the conversation that they'd been avoiding for 3 months or more. So it's having specific impact on the users that we have on the platform. And a lot of them are repeat users, so people come back to the platform.
All right, that's more like it. But 30% went and had the conversation. How did you track that? Self-report? Any way to verify? If you're relying on user-reported follow-up, that can get pretty fuzzy. I want to know how strong that signal really is.
Yeah, I appreciate you challenging that. And it was self-reported. We did a survey with users. Obviously, it's difficult for us to kind of track it scientifically. But yeah, be open if there's any ideas, suggestions on that you think we can do better. That would be great to hear.
Repeat users is a good sign. Retention usually means you're solving something real. But self-report is always a bit shaky. People like to tell you what you want to hear. If you want to convince anyone with a data-first mindset, you'll need a harder metric. Ever tried to track downstream outcomes, like if users actually followed up or shared feedback from the real conversation?
Not at the moment, but that could be something we could include as a way for the user to come back and just report how the real conversation went. So yeah, that's a good suggestion.
All right, fair enough. But if you want to raise real money from folks like me, you'll need more than just good suggestion. I need to see you actually run the experiment, not just nod at the feedback. What's your plan to close that loop? When will you have that data?
Yeah, I mean, we have very close relationships with our users. So yeah, I can come back in the next couple of weeks with a bit more concrete data on that. What else would you be curious about on the product?
All right, 2 weeks for follow-up data sounds reasonable. But let's get real. What's your actual churn and retention look like? How often are users coming back and why? And bottom line, are you charging for this yet or still testing for free?
Yeah, so our business model is really simple and we are commercial. We do have revenue. So users pay per minute of role play. So we've already got revenue coming in. Retention is an area where we could do with some improvement. We have...
Wait, you cut off. Can you clarify what your current retention rate is? I get that revenue's started, but I want to see the actual numbers. How many people pay, how often, and how many stick around after the first or second session. I need to see unit economics, not just that money is flowing in.
So 58 out of 100, it's not too bad actually. I felt like I didn't do that great in that conversation, so the score's a little bit higher than I was expecting. Saying that, I kind of did start off quite well, where I was communicating the value of the product. That's something I'm pretty good at actually, telling the human story behind it. The investor didn't really buy that though, right? They quite quickly shifted to actually talking about the numbers and the data. And that's an area which I just am not strong at all. Hence why I ended the conversation there, because they were asking about retention numbers, repeat visitors and stuff. And I just don't have that data to hand. So that's highlighted for me like a gap in my pitching, which I can now go away, work on that and come back and practice again. And I guess that's the beauty of doing these role plays, is they identify things that you're maybe not great at, that you can go away, practice, put more reps in, so that when I speak to a real investor and asking me this information, I'm going to have it to hand, right? So with Real Talk Studio, you can also analyze the conversation line by line, allowing you to find exactly what you can do different next time to get a better result. So here you can see I didn't start the conversation as well as I could have, and I'm getting a specific example that demonstrates how I could have started the conversation better, giving me the exact words that I can use when I do this conversation again. And throughout the conversation, I'm getting points where I could have done things different, and I'm getting those exact phrasing and words that I could use to improve the outcome in the next conversation. So not only am I building the confidence for these crucial conversations, I'm getting the information, knowledge and know-how to be able to improve the outcomes next time around. So that's Real Talk Studio, helping you build confidence and clarity for those difficult conversations.